Imagine picking up a book, opening it, and realizing you cannot read a single word. Not because it is in another language, not because it is damaged, but because nobody on earth, not one single person, has ever been able to read it. Not scholars, not World War II codebreakers, not the FBI, not the CIA, not even the most advanced AI systems in 2026. This book exists right now. You can go look at it today, and it is still completely silent. It is 1912. A book dealer named Wilfred Voynich is searching through a quiet Jesuit library in Italy. Dusty shelves, old manuscripts, nothing unusual. And then something catches his eye. A small book, about the size of a modern paperback. Nothing special from the outside. But when he opens it, his hands start shaking. Inside are 240 pages of the most bizarre thing he has ever seen. Strange looping handwriting going left to right. Perfectly spaced, perfectly consistent, like a professional scribe wrote every single word. But the alphabet does not exist. Nobody has ever seen these letters before. And the illustrations, plants that almost look real, but then have leaves growing from roots and flowers blooming sideways. Star charts that do not match any known sky from any time period. And then the women. Tiny naked figures drawn in bright green and blue ink sitting in baths connected by tubes. Part medical diagram, part fever dream. Voynich stares at this book for a long time. And then he thinks whoever wrote this was hiding something massive. But what? That question has haunted the world for over 100 years. And it has never been answered. Okay, so here is where it gets genuinely jaw-dropping. Because the list of people who tried to crack this book and failed is not a list of amateurs. William Friedman, the man who broke the Japanese purple cipher during World War II, spent decades on it. Failed. Alan Turing, the genius who cracked the Nazi Enigma code and literally saved millions of lives, had a copy. Failed. The NSA had it. The CIA had it. Every major code-breaking organization in the world took a shot at this book. All of them failed. In 2025, a team of researchers trained an AI on 37 million historical texts, the largest language model ever applied to this problem, and turned it loose on the manuscript. The AI produced some interesting patterns, suggested the herbal pages might be plant instructions. The biological pages might be anatomy. But coherent translation? Nothing. Zero. The world's most powerful artificial intelligence bounced off this book the same way every human genius did before it. And here's what makes that so unsettling. Somebody wrote this. Somebody in the 1400s sat down with a quill and ink and wrote 240 pages of perfectly consistent text. That person could read every single word. And that knowledge has been completely gone for 600 years. What is actually in this book? Nobody knows for certain. But the theories are genuinely fascinating. Theory 1. It is a medical guide for women. The illustrations of the naked female figures suggest gynecology. The plant illustrations might be herbal remedies. The whole thing might be a guide to women's health that somebody deliberately encrypted to hide it from the church, which would have called it witchcraft. Theory 2. It is an elaborate hoax. A fraud created to sell to a gullible emperor for 600 gold coins. The emperor was Rudolph II, Holy Roman Emperor, who paid an enormous amount for this book believing it held secret knowledge. Maybe somebody just tricked him. But the carbon dating places the pages in the 1400s, long before Rudolph bought it. Creating a fraud this complex and this consistent would have been an insane amount of work just to scam one person. Theory 3, and this is the 2026 breakthrough, it might use something called the Navy cipher, a card-based encryption system used in medieval gambling. A new study published in 2026 showed that this cipher can produce text with the exact same statistical patterns as the manuscript. Same word lengths, same symbol frequencies, same positional patterns. If this theory holds up, and it has not been fully proven yet, it means the book is real. It is encrypted, and for the first time in 600 years, we might actually be close to reading it. So here's where we actually are right now. The Voynich Manuscript sits in Yale University Library today. Every page has been scanned in high resolution. You can look at it right now on your phone. 600 years of the world's greatest minds have looked at it and come up empty. But in 2026, for the first time, we might actually have a real lead. A cipher method that matches. A subject matter that makes sense. And an AI that is getting closer than anything before it. Maybe this decade, we finally read it. Maybe we open it and find centuries-old medical knowledge that changes everything we know about medieval science. Or maybe, just maybe, we open it and find that whoever wrote this was smarter than all of us and build a lock that was never meant to be opened. That right there is exactly why this story needed to be told. Some mysteries do not have answers yet, and the ones that do not, those are always the most interesting. Next video, a city that was perfectly frozen in time in a single moment. Every person, every meal, every secret, preserved for 2,000 years. You do not want to miss that one. Subscribe, and I will see you there.